Yeah, let's start stream. I'm gonna start stream. What are we talking about?
Okay. Taunting rule. Tebow.
Oh, we can start off with the
G-Lo.
Olympics. G-Lo.
I have zero takes on the Olympics.
I had one take. I wanted to say.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
And then if we're talking about football, I'm sure it'll turn into something.
Yeah, it'll spiral. What's the date? Today's not 8/6. I forgot the last one we did was Space Jam.
Oh yeah. Part of me that's worried that this fantasy draft is never gonna happen.
I'm getting worried about that too.
I might just start like throwing in dates.
We might have to because it's gotten to the point where it's like, all right, when's this fantasy gonna happen? And then it's
Yeah.
the same
No one
thing every
stepped
time.
up.
Yeah.
It just turns into a completely different conversation.
It's just Tommy. He's the only one that needs to do it. He just says the date is then, and then that's all what happens.
That punishment though, the going to a WNBA game is
that'd be kind of fun.
Gold. That is a great punishment.
That'd be funny, especially if they
like. You have to send them in with like a disposable camera though, just to make sure that they stay for the whole game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that would be really good.
That's the other thing about that one is I think someone would have to go with them. Maybe the bottom two losers have to go.
Yeah.
Kind of brutal.
And sit like on opposite ends.
Sorry. Taunting, NBA Summer League.
Tebow. And then top 5. And you can talk about your trip too and moving in if you want.
Appreciate it. All right. I don't have my mouse or keyboard right now. I left it at home. It's really annoying. Or not keyboard. I meant mouse and like mouse pad. I just have to use the mini mouse they use. All right, let's start recording. Let's get this over with. It's not over with. Let's get. All right. Sorry, I'm posting the stream, and then we can start.
You catch me mid-yawn, did you?
No, I didn't catch you.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
It's good to be back.
Good to be back. It's been a long 11 days, long awaited. We're back. I was on vacation. You know, the Wise Guys got to relax too. It's not always about the grind.
We also missed like nothing.
Yeah.
Looking back on
we were gone.
And at least in the sports world.
Yeah, we were gone.
We pretty much
missed nothing. What did we miss? We didn't miss anything. Before, you have a good point. Before we left, the Olympics were going on. And did you find it incredibly frustrating to watch the Olympics?
I wouldn't say frustrating. I just found it not that interesting. Yeah, I would have it on and just not be really into it at all.
I found that.
I don't know why. I usually enjoy it. I just didn't really care.
I found that too, but it was just so hard to find which events were actually, unless it was the big gold medal event. Then I guess it was impossible to find which event was on which channel.
Yeah, no, that's true. I never had an event that I really wanted to watch. So
Yeah,
I
that's
was just
true.
always kind of just flipped it on, and then whatever was on, I would watch.
And
But if I
so many
did,
damn
then
commercials.
yeah.
How many chicken sandwiches do they need to have in the world? That's all I gotta ask. Is how many chicken sandwiches do we possibly need? Because those commercials are so annoying.
The one thing about the Olympics that annoyed me for some reason, and like obviously this happens every year, but when people don't get first, they still celebrate. Like the bronze and silver medalists will like hug each other, and I'm like, if I just got silver by 1/10 of a
I'd be
second,
pissed.
I would be bawling.
Yeah.
Like I came all this way and I didn't get gold by that close.
You
But
have a
yeah,
good
they're
point.
like hugging each other.
Is the world too
All right,
soft?
couldn't be me, but
Is
yeah,
the whole world collectively too
I
soft?
think so. And then like the
Celebrating
one
silver
sprinter
medals now.
from USA had the fastest time in the world going into the Olympics and then got bronze and was like bragging about it. I was like, you should be very disappointed.
Yeah, that's a disappointing mark right there. You can't be.
But
We shouldn't. I guess we're a podcast that doesn't celebrate silver or bronze.
yeah, right. I guess I
That's
just have
first
more
and second
competitive
loser.
drive than
That's
the
first
Olympians.
and second loser. That's first and second loser. That's not
Yeah, honestly.
second place.
So shame on them.
Yeah, that does happen. I mean, we're talking about problems right now that are 2 weeks old, but it was kind of nice
Yeah.
to have sports on 24/7. No matter what, you throw on whatever.
Yeah, no, I like having it on.
Yeah,
I
I
just
kind of
wasn't
miss it.
super interested. I don't miss it really.
Not
It's-
miss.
it's
I mean,
nice.
like miss just being able to put it on. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to throw it
Yeah,
on?
I guess.
That's what I mean. And because I'm the same way, I wasn't all that interested either.
Mhm.
Because that's the other thing is you don't know any of the athletes.
Yeah, no.
I have no idea. Who
Like
these
the
people
ones that
are.
were awesome in the last Olympics.
Yeah, and that's
And
it.
there are only like a few.
Yeah. Well, it's a problem we're talking about 2 weeks later, but whatever. You want to start off with the breaking news that just happened, I think, like 2 hours ago. Our guy Tim Tebow, the first topic we talked about on the Wise Guys Live, is gone.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was Tebow mania.
I was wondering why he was our guy.
Yeah, I mean Tebow. I mean, just for the live aspect. I'm not really a big Tebow guy,
No,
but
I mean, couldn't care less.
But yeah, I saw all those roster spots that he was taking up. Finally paid off.
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
Yeah,
Couldn't even make it past first round of cuts.
I know it was the first preseason game. That's bad. He's cheeks. Did you see? I did see his highlights, quote unquote, of those games. Did you see him just like fall over when he was trying to block?
I saw a couple clips of him going to block and people just tearing him apart.
All right, you remember how when Tebow's jersey came out, he was a top selling jersey?
Mm-hmm.
If you bought a Tebow jersey, you're a loser. If you spent money on a Tebow jersey, you got to be a loser, right?
Yeah. There's a ton of people that do it. Like back when he was somewhat relevant as an NFL player, when he went to like the Jets and the Patriots and like didn't play, and people still were buying jerseys and shirts.
I
guess just having Tebow on your back is cool for some reason.
I don't know. Now is he gonna go back to quarterback? Let's get Tebow
Should.
back. Yeah, let's get
Go
Tebow
back. He should just start trying other sports. Started trying
should.
football and baseball.
Yeah, he should start playing basketball. Can Tebow hoop?
Become an Olympian or something.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, I'm all for that. But if you bought a Tebow jersey, especially a real one, like you're 100.
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
definitely a loser.
Yeah, that's all on you too. I don't know. I don't think anyone expected him to actually make the team, unless you're a bonehead.
Yeah, you gotta like. There's no way anyone actually thought he was gonna make a team, right? It's Tim Tebow playing tight end. He did look jacked though. Did you see him?
Well, yeah. I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's such a big deal.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I think we probably talked about that last time, but
Mhm.
it doesn't make sense to me anymore.
No, I mean, is the whole religious aspect? Is that why he's always relevant?
But like people that aren't religious,
No, I know,
like,
I know.
still flock to him. I
They
don't
still
know
love
why.
him. Yeah, I don't get it either. It could be like just a good college quarterback. I don't know. I feel like if Johnny Manziel tried to be a tight end, we'd be pretty hyped.
That's true.
Johnny Manziel our Tim Tebow?
Guess so.
because I
Must
I'll
be.
follow Johnny anywhere. Um, sorry. Just speaking of Johnny Manziel, I remember watching. I watched one of those fan control football league games, and
Mhm.
a fumble happened right in front of Johnny, and he just went walked off the field, and never to be seen again. The rest of the game, I was like, all right.
He got benched.
Yeah, after that play, he just like the fumble was literally right in front of him. He could have dove for it. He just went, nah,
Like the
and just
Cam
stood
Newton
there.
play in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yep, the Cam Newton.
That's rough.
Oh, man, speaking of Cam Newton and speaking of football, I think he might not actually be a starter.
You think Mac Attack's gonna start?
I think he might start.
Oh, no.
Did you see that preseason game versus the football team? Newton was kind of cheeks, like
Hmm.
really bad.
Well, I mean, he had the issue of starting against the best
Oh,
defense
the
in
best
the world.
defense in the league. Yeah,
So
but still, he didn't look good.
no, he did not look good.
And Mac Jones looked better. And I feel like if Mac Jones has the next two preseason games the same way this one went, there's a chance he's starting week 1.
I still would think they'd give Cam Newton at least a couple weeks.
That's what
But-
my deep down, I think Cam Newton starts no matter what. But
Mhm.
I like there's more of a chance than there was 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Bill's also not one to take pressure from anyone. Like, I feel like most other organizations, when you have a young quarterback and the starter doesn't look great, like they're getting pressure from the fans, which leads to pressure from ownership.
Oh
when
yeah.
Belichick probably is like, I don't care.
No, but yeah,
Like, I'm gonna
Belichick.
do what I wanna do.
There's zero pressure on that guy. He does whatever he takes to win a football game. Hell, he'll sub Newton in like halfway through the quarter if he has to.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, "Oh, he doesn't play anymore. Whatever. We're subbing in this guy." Like he doesn't give a shit. No loyalty. I mean, not no loyalty, but no. There's no. He doesn't have a heavy heart.
Mm-hmm. Do you want Mac Jones to start?
I want whatever's best for the team.
Okay.
Whatever's best for the team is what I want. And if that means Cam Newton looks better, I want Cam Newton starting. If that means Mac Jones looking better, I want Mac to start. It's whatever.
What would you do right now, though? If week
What I
one was
do.
this
If
Sunday.
I'd probably still have Newton.
Gotcha.
At least for week 1. See how he
Mhm.
plays. If he's terrible. Like, I was playing. I folded and I got Madden 22.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter.
Yeah. It's not even out yet and I folded. It's an addiction. And the best part is they added a momentum meter,
Mhm.
which it's like gives you like a home field advantage for your whole team, and whenever
Like
you
in
play,
franchise or
in everything, every time you play,
oh.
while you're playing, and when you're playing like an AI that's all Madden, it never doesn't have full momentum. So like my screen, like in NCAA when like the pressure's getting on
Great
you,
shakes.
starts shaking. This one it shakes. It shows you different plays. One of them it doesn't show you the button to press for your receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh my, it's impossible, especially when it's on Madden. It's so hard. And I had to turn it down. I really was sad. I had to turn it down to All Pro. It was pissing me off.
I actually like that feature. That makes it fun.
It does no, and it actually
because I always liked in the NCAA games when it did that.
and it makes it like when you're playing Madden, you have all this, all like your backup players in real life, but they don't mean anything because like they never play anyways.
Mhm.
In this game, sometimes they actually get on the field. So like I'd be like, oh, all my guys are tired as hell. All like my backups are in, and all of a sudden like Gunner's out on the wide now, and I'm like, oh Jesus, like I'm not gonna be able to do anything. So it like kind of adds the aspect where you need decent depth and
Mhm.
like stuff like that. So that's kind of cool, but it's so hard on all Madden. I had to turn it down. I felt bad, but all right. But this is I forgot.
It's
what we were
always
talking
been
about.
hard on all Madden though.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always hated playing on it.
Yeah, especially defense. Defense is really hard. They're
It's
just thinking and dunking
impossible.
every time.
You know. There's nothing you can do.
I just realized what we were talking about. Mac Jones, Cam Newton. In
Mhm.
Madden, I started the first 4 weeks with Cam until the Buccaneers game. We started 1-3,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, all right, it's Mac time.
Oof.
It's Mac. I've been better since then, but
Uh-huh.
it was rough. Newton, his throw power is just not existent,
Mm-hmm. It's
which is
that
probably
shoulder.
like in real life. Yeah,
Yeah, his shoulder's done.
yeah.
He probably is. I mean, at this point, if he's not good this year, he's just broken forever. Which is sad,
Oh, for
but
sure. It is sad. The league. I mean, league's probably more fun with a healthy Cam Newton.
yeah, of course.
What about Heineke? Speaking of the same preseason game, didn't
Look
look
pretty
bad.
good.
It didn't look
Pretty
bad.
good. But
Um,
I don't know. There's no way that the preseason can change that they're gonna start Fitz.
I think they're
But it's
starting
weird
Fitz no
because
matter what.
the whole training camp they've been like Heineke like he doesn't really look good. Like I think he took a step back. He's off target a lot, and then preseason comes out and he looks fine. So that's why I never buy into training camp rumors or anything.
Training
Which
camp.
you
That's
shouldn't buy into preseason things either. But it's actual game action, so at least it's a little bit different.
I love how much people care about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People desperately care about the preseason and training camp and all these notes, and they're breaking down everything that's said, and none of it ever matters.
Mm-hmm.
Not ever. I've never once like heard like a training camp story that like mattered in the NFL season.
Yeah. The only people that it matters for is the guys at the end of the roster
Yes,
that like need to fight for roster
the
spots.
bubble
That's
guys.
basically it. Yeah,
Bubble
bubble
guys.
guys.
I always feel bad for the bubble guys.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have you
Tebow,
started?
bubble guy.
Yeah. Do you ever start watching Hard Knocks this year?
No, I honestly forgot it was going on.
It I started watching the first episode, and I had a funny because like it's the Cowboys, and like
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys aren't likable. I don't like the Cowboys, and it's like when it's not like a likable team, it's like why am I watching this?
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting there and I was like, I don't care about any of these guys. Like I don't want to watch this, but it was actually not that bad. It did make me like Dak a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but
He's
I
having
didn't finish
another
the episode.
MRI.
Yeah, I didn't see. I'm sure it's on Hard Knocks, but I didn't see that.
The tweet that the Cowboys sent out where it was like, no reason to panic, like he's not injured, but he's having another MRI.
That
And
gave me a
everyone was
reason to
like,
panic.
yeah, that's a reason to
Yeah,
panic.
that gave
Like, why
was
does he need
that
another
was weird.
MRI at this point? And I
I
haven't heard
got
anything since.
I got him super late in a fantasy draft, so I hope he's actually healthy. But
But
that's also maybe why I cared about him a little bit because I was like, I also had
Mhm.
Zeke. I had Zeke in that league, so it's like I have some players on the board here, but
yeah, right.
um
I was like in last year when I had Cam Akers on my team. And in Hard Knocks, I
oh
was just like, I
yes,
swear, every time he carried the ball, he like fumbled once. And I was like, ugh,
I remember that.
there he
You're like
goes. He's done.
disappointment. Um, I totally forgot about Cam Akers. Poor guy, totally destroyed his whole season. But yeah, the Hard Knocks, is interesting. But I just thought about it, and I was like, it's funny that like how religiously we watch this.
I've never been like that into it, honestly. Like I probably started watching when the Browns were on.
The Browns were the good.
It's only
That's the one I
been like
really got
4
into. That one
years.
was good.
The Raiders one was good too.
Yes,
But that was
I didn't like
mostly just
last
because
year.
it was
Last
Gruden.
year's
No,
was
last year's was
poop.
very lame. There's just nothing interesting that happened.
But the whole season was like, it's because of COVID. So
I
I
don't
get
think
it.
it was though.
You
Like
just think
they
they were just kind of boring?
were just lame. Like Jared Goff,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
lame.
Sean McVay, that like,
So lame.
yeah.
Anthony Lynn, boring. Yeah, McVay was like trying to be like up and cool and everything, but he wasn't fun to watch.
Yeah, you have a point. You know what? Actually, I've been super interested in. I guess probably because the Celtics have been dominating, but the summer league. The summer league. I've actually watched games, Chris. I've sat
Really?
there and watched. Yes, I've watched summer league.
I watched a couple minutes of the Wizards game the other night, and then I flipped it back to like Redskins pregame.
Yeah, that's.
'Cause I think I saw Kispert hit a 3, and I was like, yes. And I flipped the channel.
Worth the draft.
There
pick.
he is. Yep.
Yeah.
So based on that, I've been like, well, he's been having a really good summer league.
The
Been okay.
the Celtics
and
have like
downs.
won every game by like 20 points. They have been dominant, sheerly dominating this whole summer league. And The funny thing is, looking on Twitter afterwards at the Celtics fans that are like losing their mind. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna
Mhm.
like this is the exactly Brad Stevens' plan and Danny Ainge's plan." It's like
Mhm.
now all of a sudden because they have a couple good summer league games, um, they're amazing. And I thought about it. Romeo Langford, one of the players on the summer league, started for the summer league. He played in a playoff game, actual minutes this year. He should be scoring like 100 points. There should be no like if he's playing in a playoff game in the NBA, there's no reason he should be getting 9 points in the summer league.
Mhm. Well,
Yeah,
maybe it's just you have so many good scorers on the team.
you're right. You're right. He's just like he's had some crazy slam dunks and like this whole team is a whole highlight reel. It's amazing.
I
And
mean, looking at their roster, I feel like they are better than everyone else.
because they actually have they have actual NBA players.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They have like actual people who've played valuable minutes in the NBA already.
Yeah.
The
Bruno
yeah, Bruno, they
on the team.
so Pritchard was in Portland for a pro aim, whatever that is. I have no idea what a pro aim is.
Pro-Am? Like a
Yeah.
golf tournament?
No, like a basketball game.
Yeah.
It's like a pickup, I guess, game. I don't know.
Yeah, that's I always associate that with golf.
He
I
scored
think it's like
92
celebrities.
points. He scored 92 points in that game. Like this is like the league that Isaiah Thomas scored 81 in. And do you see all those
Uh-huh.
things? And he scored like all those
Hmm.
points. He scored 92 in a basketball game. That must have been so unfun to play with.
Yeah,
He must have been no fun the whole game. But and now people are
I
looking
don't
at
know
that.
why I even bother playing.
Now I'm getting excited. Like 92
Yeah.
points. That's a lot of points. If you can score
I mean,
92
every
in a
time you
pro
think
aim,
that, just remember that Isaiah Thomas scored 81.
yeah, you have a point. Well, but if he can score 91, maybe he can score 15 in the NBA.
I possibly.
The,
I mean, I like Pritchard. I think Pritchard's good.
yeah, no, I like Pritchard too. It's just kind of funny how much people also because like we're just talking about the preseason, how much people care
It's the same
about
thing.
the NBA. Yeah, it's the same thing. But that being said, I'm all about the LiAngelo Ball hype train.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all there.
About time.
I've watched all of his highlights. I haven't watched his games, but his highlights that come up like after the game, I'm all about it. It is about time. He's deserved a spot.
Yep.
What always pissed me off about LiAngelo is like he doesn't deserve the 57th pick in the NBA draft, the 60th pick.
I don't know.
Like there's
Guess not.
actually there's like
I mean, he
you
also
know
had
those-
tryouts and got cut multiple times.
yeah.
It's not like this is
that's
the first
true.
real
That's
shot
true.
that he's
That's true.
gotten.
That's true. But he never actually got to play any minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember he was on the Pistons. He was warming up for
Mhm.
them, and then they just cut him. That was stupid. They didn't even get to see like unless he like walked up to the coach and was like, "Go f yourself."
Yeah. Right.
Like that's must have what he did, right?
I don't know. I
but-
am happy for LeVar though.
I'm
It's
happy.
now
for
he's
LeVar,
got
too. He
All
deserved
three of
it.
his boys in the league. He
He was
really did. And
he-
like that
he
is
did it right.
cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, he did it. The best thing about LiAngelo Ball is every post about LiAngelo Ball, I can guarantee you there's a comment that says, he's the best shooter out of the three, right? Literally every single time I see it.
Might be.
Dude, could you imagine if he just like sets the league on fire? He's just like
Yeah.
really
What
good.
if he just becomes like Klay Thompson?
That'd be sweet. And he's on the same team with LaMelo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The-
too bad it's in Charlotte.
Lonzo's kind of a dummy. He shouldn't have gone. He should
Why?
have gone to the Hornets. Done whatever he
you're
could
right.
to
He
go to the
should've
Hornets.
Turned down a $20 million a year contract.
He probably could have gotten a $20 million a year contract from the Hornets too. But like you got to have the Ball brothers try to be together. All three.
I know. Eventually they will be, I think.
There has to be at least
At some
one
point,
season.
they will all be together.
One season in our lifetime, the three Ball brothers will be on one team, and LeVar might be might have to be the coach. Like at that point, you might as well just coach him.
Yeah, that would be the perfect ending to this whole thing. Because
Perfect
he
bro,
actually gets
yeah.
what he wants and
And he-
becomes the coach.
And they're all in the Lakers, and they win a championship. Do you think he hates the Lakers now, LeVar? Or do you think he just like knew it was part of
He-
business?
I think he probably holds ill will towards them, but if they brought him back, then he would be all in again.
Makes sense.
Saying that, like, this is what I always wanted.
Yeah.
Him on the Lakers.
He was like, my boys were most supposed to be on the Lakers anyways.
Mm-hmm. Like, we knew.
Yeah, we knew they were
We
coming.
knew.
But props to LeVar. You had a point. Give that man some props.
And he's been, like,
he's been quiet.
kind of toned down for a while now, really.
He's been better behaved.
Someone must have talked to him. Someone
clearly.
in a real position of power.
It was probably
that
LaMelo.
Actually mess his life up.
LaMelo was like, hey, Dad, I'm
That's
actually
good.
good at basketball. Please.
Yeah.
Like, just enough. My basketball skills would be enough.
Yeah, look what they did to Lonzo. Please just stay away.
Yeah, please. Exactly. If I miss a 3, I'm gonna get murdered. Please, do not interfere. All right. Well, you said there wasn't much going on, and we got 20 minutes out of it. Now it's time for top 5, right? I have nothing else. All right. Well, the top 5 for this week is top 5 athletes we love to make fun of, and I'm sure we have the same number 1. Do you want to?
Is it my pick or yours?
I have no idea.
I don't remember either.
I'll go your
What was
pick.
our last top 5?
No, I'll let you pick.
Okay, thanks. I mean, everyone's favorite running back.
Yeah,
it
has to be Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is easily the player I love to make fun of the most.
Not only is it the most fun, it's also the easiest because it's the same joke
easiest,
every time.
And it's the most rewarding. It's the most rewarding, too. They always get so pissed over the same joke. And
you would think that, like, at this point, they would be like, oh, yeah, you guys, you kind of overused the joke. Like, it's not funny anymore.
No, but they
actually get mad about it.
Yeah, they get pissed. They're like, he's not a running. Have you seen his stats? Have you seen his throwing stats? He literally has an MVP.
Yeah, and you know how that they really get pissed is because they'll post highlights of him throwing and be like, oh, great for a running back.
Yes. Because they still think about it. And the best part is Lamar Jackson's pissed about it.
Yeah.
Once you can get the athlete pissed about his own joke, it's just got to. It can't go wrong. There's never a wrong situation to say, oh, well, running back.
Yeah.
Never a bad.
There's truth behind every joke, and they know deep down.
Oh,
that he's not going to win as a quarterback.
No, they said running back. They know. But what sucks is if they ever eventually win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that would suck. I don't think it'll happen.
Honestly, I don't know. Did you see his quote? He's kind of a dumbass too.
Lamar? Oh, the thing he said, like, when we win.
Yeah, when you win, I want to change my number to, or if he said if we win, and I was making fun of it. I was like, well, my quarterback says when we win, not if.
Yeah, that's like Bryce Harper last week said when we make the playoffs, and I forget what he said, but everyone was like, yes, like when we make the playoffs.
But he was like, I'm changing my number to number 1 or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool, no one. And then, did you see that he got COVID twice and is not going to get vaccinated?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, well, I just want to know some more research about it. He's like, we're 2 feet from Johns Hopkins. It's like, and he also had it twice. How do you not, like, what more do you need? He's dummy. He also talks like a frog.
And looks like a frog.
Yeah. There's other things, like, that's the best part about Lamar is that there's other things to make fun of, but the running back joke is just too funny. It's the best one.
Yeah, it never gets old.
All right.
Maybe that's just an us thing that it never gets old, but I don't know. I feel like there's definitely a lot of people out there that still appreciate it.
I think unless you're a Ravens fan, there's no way it gets old.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it was a Ravens fan, it'd get old quick, though. I'd be pissed. I'd be just as mad as everyone else. But, I don't have a running back as my quarterback, so. Bet last year they were like, I'd say running back thing, and they'd be like, Cam Newton's just as the running back. I'd be like, I'd go, I don't care, and they'd go, they'd lose their mind. I'd be like, yeah, he can't throw the football at all, and then I'd go, Lamar can't either. All right, my next one is, this one's a good like to make fun of. Lamar we're actually making fun of him, but this, Jameis Winston, we love to watch him play. I want to see him play football because of just the pure comedy gold.
It's just so outrageous.
Every
time he gets on the field.
My friend was at the Ravens Saints preseason game. He goes, He texts me. He goes, "I kid you not. First play of the game, Jameis hands off the ball, completely trips and falls on the field." And I was like, "That sounds exactly like Jameis. That needs
He
to
literally
start.
is. He's like a walking punchline.
He needs to
It's
start.
everything
He needs
he
to
does.
start. If
His
Sean
facial
Payton,
expressions and the things that he says.
if Sean Payton takes Jameis Winston away from me one more time, I'm gonna
I
be
know.
livid. I'm at the fly down to New Orleans and be like, you gotta start him.
Talk about things that are getting old. Taysom Hill has gotten very old.
Taysom Hill.
No one
Yeah.
cares about Taysom
I
Hill
hate
anymore.
Taysom Hill. I actually play.
We get it. He can do a bunch of
He can-
things.
he
He's
can do
not
a
good
lot
at
of
any of
things.
them.
Yeah, and I want to watch Jameis. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
I
Everyone
want to watch
does.
Jameis.
Everyone's on the same page there. If I were a Saints fan, I would want to watch Jameis.
Oh, I totally. And I would hate Taysom Hill. I'd be pissed every time he stepped on the field. I'd be like, well, that's what I do now. Every time he steps on the field, I'm like, why is he on the field?
Yeah, here comes some gadget play that probably won't work.
Yeah.
All right,
Alright.
my number 2, which I'm actually surprised made it to number 2, playoff P. George.
Oh, I can't believe playoff P didn't even make my list. Love playoff.
Oh
P.
no.
What a I
Pandemic
totally forgot
P,
about pandemic P,
playoff PP.
And what I like about playoff PP is he's coming back. Like, he's actually, like, he played well in the playoffs last year.
I feel like he carried them in the playoffs.
Yeah, but it's still pandemic P. Like,
Will
he'll
never
never
change.
not be pandemic P.
That one series that they blew the lead in, like, is enough for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah.
He has to win a ring.
Yes, he has to win a championship, or else he'll just be known as the guy who can't win in the playoffs. And it's not only that one though. Like, versus when he was in OKC, when he was on the Pacers, he just, like, every time it's a big game, you know who's not there? Playoff P.
That's why the nickname is so great.
It's always great when they work. Like, it actually works. Like, you're right. With the funniest jokes have the most truth to it. Where it's like, yeah, he can't win. He's not gonna win.
You literally can't do it.
He's not gonna do it.
I don't know what happened, but he just falls apart.
You know who, like, I feel like didn't get enough this year? Like, Chris Paul needed to get made fun of a little bit more.
Yeah. Well,
After
we were
losing
saying
finals.
before the series, we were like, they have to win, and then they didn't.
Yeah, and then no one cared. They're like, okay. And beforehand too, it was like, oh, in the other series at least, they were like, Chris Paul, chokes on all these series, all this stuff. Like, when's it gonna come to an end? And then he actually does choke and lose, and no one says a word.
Yeah. Well, everyone was just like riding Giannis so hard at that point, I think.
I guess. And it's fair. I guess
And
not.
we had
Let's
already
not beat
given
up on
Chris
the loser.
Paul. We basically already gave Chris Paul a ring when he went to the finals.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
everyone had basically
that's
said,
true.
like, good for him.
Yeah.
He finally is doing it this whole career. But I think people
But then he
like
still
didn't
didn't do it.
realize. I think people didn't realize that he didn't actually win. They're confused.
It's a good point. They were so happy for Giannis. They're like, whoa, we might as well be happy for Chris Paul too.
Yeah. Forgot that he was even there.
Yeah. Yeah. Playoff P. He's him and the other playoff. I guess playoff CP should be on the same team. It's just choking. All right. My next one. We just did a whole episode about him. Literally a whole episode about him. Mr. King James himself.
Yep, I had him on there too.
Like, and this is another one where it's not a bad thing. I think LeBron likes the stuff that he gets slandered for, quote unquote.
To a
Until you mention
degree.
the rings.
Yeah.
Until you actually mention something that hurts him. But he seems like he's a good sport.
And the other thing about LeBron is he has such a following that just worships him.
No,
Gets so salty every time. It's like the Ravens fans with Lamar. And they're just so irrational all the time. So it's nice to get them riled up too.
And
LeBron sexual.
LeBron is also, like, he's funny. So when he does things, he knows he's gonna get made fun of. Like the salsa commercial, amazing. Or not, I guess it's a Mountain Dew commercial, but amazing performance from LeBron there. And he plays into it. So I don't know. I find the people who actually hate LeBron, though, I feel like are like wasting their time.
Mhm.
Like if you're actually slandering LeBron, you're kind of wasting your time.
Yeah. I don't
But
hate it. He does bother me at points, but I definitely wouldn't say I hate him.
no, I definitely don't hate him. But
I
there's always
definitely
those
like
moments
him
where
a
you're
lot
like,
more than I don't like him.
yes, yeah, I like him a lot more than I think I like him, especially as a Celtics fan who should, I guess, technically hate him. But I, you know, I like watching LeBron. I like watching people who are good at sports. So I like LeBron.
It's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh, yeah. You're up.
My number 3, Daniel Jones.
Classic.
Mr. Brick Hands
Yeah.
himself.
Daniel Jones. He's
That's
got,
another guy that they will just defend to the end of time.
and I think the Giants are
And
started
he's
like
not good.
he's gonna turn into the quarterback that will start for the Giants the next 5 years, and every year it'll be,
Good.
oh, it could be like this could be his year. This could be
Yeah.
it, the breakout Daniel Jones season, and
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. If it doesn't happen in the first 2 seasons, usually it just doesn't happen.
I can't wait for him to fumble every play again. I actually like I once sat and I had like a neighbor over and he was like a Giants fan. And he was watching with my dad. We were watching the Cardinals this year, the Cardinals Giants football game. And
hmm
like the
It was
Giants
raining,
offense,
wasn't it?
I'm not sure if it was
Is
raining,
that
but
game?
the Giants offense was probably one of the worst offenses I've ever seen.
hmm
And the best thing is, like, in fantasy wise, there's no way I'm taking Saquon.
hmm
There's zero chance I'm taking Saquon. I don't even know if he's healthy. And just like look around, bro. He's on a desert of just a bunch of good wide receivers and then shitty offensive line and shitty quarterback.
It's just so fun. That game I remember because there was one play where literally, like, I think Chandler Jones tapped him on the shoulder.
And
he just dropped the ball.
he just like he tosses it. He's playing quarterback. He's just like he gets tackled. He just goes. Yeet. He tosses it to the other dimension.
So funny. And then, of course, there was the play against the Eagles where he had like the long run.
Oh
on
yes, the
Thursday
80-yard
night.
run and he trips. Just face plants right into the ground.
Just absolutely ate shit.
And then they lose the game because they don't get a
Middle-
touchdown there. Like if he gets a touchdown, they win the game and make the playoffs. They lose the game. And then the other thing is, don't cry about going 6-10 and not making the playoffs.
and not making the playoffs. Yeah.
I don't care what happens. If you're 6-10, don't cry that you're not making the playoffs.
Mhm. The one problem with Daniel Jones is that he always goes off against the Redskins. He has like
Yeah. That's
5
it's
wins
only
in his
his good
career,
games,
and
yeah.
4 of them are against us. It's so annoying.
Those are always the Daniel Jones. And you know
He
it,
literally
too.
turns into like MVP Cam Newton when he plays against us.
You know it because
So
you
annoying.
would text me before like the Giants Redskins games, and you go, "Watch out for Daniel Jones this week."
Started in fantasy.
And then you're watching too, and you watch the whole game as one fan does, and you're just like, look at him carving me up, carving up this excellent defense. It doesn't matter how look, your defense is probably the second best in the league, and it's probably not going to matter. Daniel Jones is still
Nope.
gonna go
They
off.
play him week 2, so they should have everyone healthy too.
Oh no,
And it's just
that's
gonna
gonna be heartbreak.
a debacle.
When
It's
you
gonna be on
start
Thursday
1-1,
night too.
When you start
Yep.
1-1 and you're pissed. Yeah, that's a good one. My next one. This one's a team effort. The Atlanta Falcons.
Just as a whole.
This as a whole. I kind of
Yeah.
feel bad for this one. I won't lie.
It's it's a sob story.
The Falcons are getting to a point where it's not funny anymore. I mean, it's funny, but it's like it's really depressing.
And it's
for all
not
of them.
surprising. You know it's gonna happen every time.
And the only person who doesn't know it's happening, the Falcons fans. They're the only people who never know it's happening.
I don't know. At this point, you feel like you have to know. Where you're just sitting there, you're up 2 scores with 5 minutes left, and you have the ball, and you're just like, I swear to God,
there's
they
no
are
way,
gonna
like-
fumble here.
I don't know how I could possibly be a fan of that team. I would lose my absolute
I
mind. And them and the Chargers, but the Chargers are on a low key level because they just don't win at all.
They don't have fans either.
Yeah, they don't have fans. Like the Falcons at least have fans and choked in a Super Bowl. So
Mhm.
that's why they get so much more famous. But I couldn't do it. There's no way I could watch that
No,
team week
it
to
would-
week.
I don't know how I could stay invested in that. Although I did last season. That's how the Phillies were last season. They blew
really?
like an absurd amount of saves, and every night it was the same thing. You knew it was gonna happen, and then they like give up the 3-run bomb in the ninth, and you're just like you're still so beat up over it, and then you're like, I knew
But
it was gonna
imagine that
happen. Why am
every
I so
football
upset?
season. Imagine
Yeah, I
every
know.
football season and football where every game matters, every single one. So it's like every week you wait all week just to get completely like to get beat up. As a fan, you're getting emotionally kicked in the ass.
I have gray hair by the time I was like 26.
I could not do it, bro. I could not do it.
Torture.
I'd like, yeah, you're talking about gray hair. I'd be bald. Be ripping that shit out. Be bald by 18.
Yeah, it is. It really is sad.
I couldn't imagine.
All right. But my next one, not really sad. Eddie Lacy.
Oh,
I don't want to fat shame or anything, but when you go from being like a stud NFL running back to literally being like an obese person
who's out
in
of
the span of a year, who's out of the year.
The best part is how quickly
it's impossible not to make fun of him.
The Eddie Lacy stuff happened so quickly. He was good. He was a good player.
He was the #1 pick in fantasy one year. I remember because I took him.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
Was he that good?
ESPN.
I didn't know he was that good. But holy shit! Like, you're right. I don't know how that happens. He was massive. But the best part about the Eddie Lacy stuff are the photoshops.
Mm-hmm.
The ones where they make him fatter.
Yeah. Right.
And you got to sift through it. Which one's real? Which one's not?
Because then you're like, wait, is that real? There's party that's like, maybe he actually is that.
Yeah, you're like, there's a chance that he's
that. But even the ones that are real are shocking.
I'm looking at pictures right now. Big. He's big. He's a big fella.
The infamous one is him where he's like turning back like that.
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at your camera. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm looking at that one right now. When he's turning back, he's huge. He's massive.
It's tough. Tough to see.
You know what would have been great though if he was that fat and still good.
Yeah, no, that's true.
If he was that fat and still good, he would be amazing. But I forgot he was on the Seahawks for a second. That was his last. And it was funny. It ended so quickly. He had just 0 shot. Oh, yep. You're fat? No more shoots. No more shots.
Well, it was like such an easy fix. It was like you have access to an NFL training program. Like they'll get you in shape again. No.
Dude, I'm looking at these pictures. He's massive.
Couldn't lay off the McDonald's.
That's like Kelvin Benjamin. Love Kelvin Benjamin.
Popeyes biscuit.
The Popeyes biscuit. And the best thing, I was looking through Madden. I wanted to see like how many players how many people they actually added. Like Tebow was in there. I had to look at Tebow's ratings and shit. And I'm looking at the free agency thing, and I'm at tight end, and all I see is Kelvin Benjamin. I was like, no, I totally forgot that he officially changed to tight end and then got cut. Kelvin Benjamin's funny. Sorry, I was just looking through these pictures. Am I up next?
Yep, number 4.
All right, number 4. I'm surprised, shocked even, that he fell this far. Value pick, Mr. Benjamin Simmons. Ben Simmons.
I would have had him on there, but I just get so sick of it.
Yeah, that's
so old at this point.
It is old. It's all the same jokes. And it's kind of the point where it's like when non-Phillies fans are getting annoyed with it, it's like, all right, give it a break.
It is funny though.
I think he's gotten underrated.
Think it's funny. He has, yeah.
Like, of course, you don't want your guy to not shoot a layup in the end of a playoff game, but and like that's really really bad. But he also does a lot of things good. He just can't score.
I mean, the best joke is like him going to play in China.
Oh, easily.
Shanghai.
Easily. The Shanghai Sharks. That's like
funny.
Dude, are you ready to defend Luzmo with your life?
Yes.
Because get ready
I'm ready
for
to take the wall for him.
Anytime Kuzma does anything on the Washington Wizards, he's gonna be sent, quote unquote, sent to China every time.
He's not on the Lakers anymore, so you won't be slandered that hard. I don't think.
But they'll be like, look at Luzma. Like now he's not with LeBron anymore. Can't do any. Like if the Wizards suck,
Yeah, 'cause
they're
he's
gonna be like,
good.
they're gonna be like Luzma can't do anything.
Doesn't
I
have
hope
that
he's
shadow
good.
of King James.
I hope he's good.
Be
I hope
good.
Kuzma's
I think
really
he's
good.
gonna be.
I'm glad you're in on this Wizards team though. I'm glad I convinced you so heavily.
I might as well be, honestly.
It's a fun team.
If you're not gonna get excited for him, then what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
It is
I
just
want
like a
you. Yeah,
ragtag
I need
group
you to
of
start
people,
defending
though.
Kuzma though.
It's
Oh,
kind of
it
like
is.
thrown into a.
It definitely is. The
like,
picture of all
let's
of them
see if this
together,
works.
they're like, I cannot believe we're on the same team together. Like they're looking around, they're
What
like,
just happened?
like KCP sitting there, like arms around him. He's like, what is? I was just in LA with LeBron and Anthony Davis winning championships, and now everyone who. Literally everyone who got blamed for the Lakers' problems got shipped off to DC. You know what? I wish I knew what was happening. Like I wish we called it. We could have definitely seen this coming.
Yeah.
That Russell Westbrook would be a Laker and all those guys would be on the Wizards.
It's only a matter of time. But like, think about how much more slander Westbrook is gonna have this year now that he's in LA compared to what.
Oh, he'll
was
probably get
last
more
year.
slander than Luzma.
Way more.
But all right, let's not. We just overshadowed.
And stop.
boy.
All right, stop calling him Luzma.
All right. I'm
Let's
sorry.
stop that now,
I'm
please.
sorry.
I like that.
When I saw that picture though of their roster, I was like, if you were in a coma after they won the championship and you woke up now, you'd literally just wake up and go, "Oh, we're winning the championship again! Sweet, excited." It's crazy because you're right. Only two things that matter.
All right. My last pick. I got to go Odell, just because of the poop thing.
I totally
just
forgot
because
about
of the one incident.
I was listening to a fantasy football podcast and they talked about Odell and why they like don't want to pick Odell or whatever. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, why don't I like Odell? Because I know there's a reason. And then I went, he got pooped on.
We spent a good 15 minutes on that.
Yeah, that was the title of the whole
when
episode.
it first
Poopy
broke.
Odell. That's an all-time classic.
One of the most fun episodes that we've had.
That was an all-time classic episode. This thing is still unbelievable. Also,
there's some things where you just you remember where you were when it happened. That's one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Where you got the news that
I knew where
Odell
I was.
likes to be pooped on.
Also, is he ever going to come to the Patriots? It's been every offseason. I've seen the same photoshops. So that also makes me tired of Odell. So frustrating. But yeah, Odell's a good one. I totally forgot about the poopiness. All right, my next one. I'm gonna go with another value pick. Maybe he's past our time. He's past his prime at this point. But O.J. Simpson.
Yep.
O.J. Simpson.
Well, now that he's resurfaced on Twitter.
Yes. And
I think he's right in our prime again.
He's coming out. He's saying he doesn't want to go to L.A. Might be next to real killer. He's just the best part is that because before all the murders and stuff, apparently he was a super charming guy, and I see that because of his Twitter videos. Hello, Twitter world, and it's just he looks like
what's up, Twitter world?
Yeah, he looks like he'd be at a cookout. And he'd be
he's so innocent on Twitter.
He looks like he'd be your
ironic.
uncle. He looks like he'd cook you a burger. What's up, Twitter world? What's up? How's it going? O.J. Simpson here. And you murdered somebody. You literally killed somebody. You killed your wife.
2 people.
Two people.
And hasn't paid a dime back.
Nope.
In the civil case.
And he's free. He was just in jail. And now he's back giving his opinions on fantasy football. Anyone gives a shit. We're all just going to forget that he murdered somebody. That's the best part, is that, he just assumes that, I think we're all going to just forget.
Yeah. I mean, it's every time, it's the first thing that I think of when I see his face. I'm like, That guy kills people.
The best is his comments. Have you ever looked at his comments on his Twitter? He
I don't
blocks
think
some of
I
the
have.
comments. Like, you're not allowed to say Nicole. You're not allowed to,
Mhm.
like, say, like, stab her. It gets blocked on
Mhm.
the comments. And, because the funny thing about
He just
Twitter,
needs to restrict comments.
well, the thing about Twitter is when you block comments, you can still, like, other people can still see them. You just have to press show comments.
Right, right.
And that's where it gets interesting because it's just like stupid people going, "You stabbed your wife," like knife stabby, some shit like that. And it's so funny that means he takes time and was like, "All right, I gotta block these guys out of
Uh-huh.
here. Like they're ruining my image, quote unquote."
Yeah, right. He almost has 1 million Twitter followers.
I followed him on Twitter the second he made one. I saw like on Instagram or whatever, like OJ Simpson made a Twitter, and I was like, looks like I'm following OJ Simpson. I like how he doesn't have an Instagram though. He's old school. Nothing but Twitter.
Yeah. I don't think I can follow him.
I gotta see if I follow him or not. I might actually follow him. OJ. I definitely looked at his. Yeah, I'm following. Real OJ Simpson. He's not
Yep,
verified
there you
either.
are. No, he's not.
He has such a nice voice though.
If you don't see it here, I didn't say it. True.
Bro. And the Taliban. OJ Simpson's talking about
Yep.
COVID and the
I
Taliban.
know.
And like, I like how he's just always playing golf. He's always playing golf. He's
Yeah,
doing
that's what he
something.
does.
He's active. He's always out there. The best was whenever Andrew Luck retired, and he's sitting at the bar and he goes, "I just drafted Andrew Luck, and now he retired." And everyone's in the comments like, "Uh-oh, you better watch out, Andrew Luck. He's gonna kill you."
It shouldn't be funny, but it is.
It shouldn't be funny, but it 100% is because it's
Really is.
because it's OJ Simpson. He's so oblivious to the fact that he murdered somebody. 2 people, I guess.
Literally, he's a stone cold killer.
He is a stone cold killer.
Doesn't care.
He died, and I could see like clearly he was a charming fella. Clearly, I can see where this is going, and I see what happened. He definitely murdered that motherfucker. That guy definitely got murdered by OJ Simpson because of how charming and how he is. I also like he doesn't come out and he doesn't go like, "Oh, I didn't murder her." He just lives his life.
Yep.
He comes out of jail and just lives his life exactly like he would have.
But then every once in a while, he'll throw in something there where he's like, "Yeah, I really don't want to go to LA."
Yeah, exactly. He throws in the subtle
That's
ones.
a real killer.
Yeah, because and it's funny because like, what if he didn't kill her?
Yeah.
But there's no way. He definitely murdered her.
I feel like he wouldn't act like this if he didn't. He's like proud of himself. for
Yeah,
getting
he
away
is.
with it.
Yeah, I don't want to sit next to the real killer. Like, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just so outrageous that you can't even believe it.
That's funny.
All
right.
right. Honorable mentions. I have Slant Boy had to be on there
Classic.
just for the name.
Slant Boy is great. And the best thing is, I can't wait till he gets like traded, and everyone's like, he's gonna be in Jacksonville, or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, Slant Boy." And then when Drew Brees isn't throwing to him, he's gonna be like actually really good again,
Mhm.
and they're all gonna be like,
Right.
"Yeah,
He'll always be Slant Boy though.
oh yeah, definitely." Especially because he's such a baby.
Mhm.
That's the thing
That
about when
leads
you
into
make fun of people. My brother taught me as a young age. When you make fun of people, it's all about their reaction. It's not about how actually funny it is. It's just all about their reaction.
It's me directly into my neck pick, which is Kevin Durant.
Oh yes,
So
yes.
you know that you're gonna get a
Yes,
reaction.
you're
from
getting
him.
something from Kevin Durant. I mean, and Kevin makes it so easy for himself. He literally just went to another super team. He wants to have real rings or whatever and be compared to LeBron. Then win a real ring then. Don't be on another super team.
He will defend himself to the end of time on Twitter, though.
Yeah.
What I do respect about him is that he doesn't use burners anymore. He just does it from his main now.
And he just subtweets people.
Yeah.
He comments, he retweets them. It's so funny. And but he looks like a doofus every time.
He's just so soft.
Every single time he looks like such a baby.
Jan Mahimi when he was on the Wizards. Used to
Oh,
love ripping
Yamahimi,
him
classic.
apart.
And
And
put in
then,
what's his name? Marcus Gortat too. While we're there,
oh,
while
but
we're
I
on
liked
moving.
him.
Well, yeah,
I
but
like
we
that.
still like to make
I
fun of
hate
him.
Mahimi.
It's true. That's true.
And then my last one would be Tony Romo when he was on the Cowboys.
Easy one. Again, another guy who just he does it to himself. He saved himself though.
He did, yeah.
He
Because
saved
now he's the
himself big time.
broadcaster guy and not the guy that choked in the
Yeah.
playoffs every time.
Well, and people
Or not in the playoffs.
love him
I know.
on the broadcasting. I think we've definitely talked about this before. Everyone just absolutely adores Tony Romo.
He's America's sweetheart.
Literally, he's like, and the best part is like, he's like, quote unquote, he's like in your home every Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's there. If I'm watching football, I'm watching it with Tony. You know?
Just sit next to the couch with you.
Yeah. Okay, that's all your honorable mentions?
Yep.
Okay, I have JaVale McGee.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
All-timer.
Have you ever watched those Shaq and the Fool highlights? They're so funny. They are absolutely hilarious.
He's another one who the reaction, like, he got so pissed at Shaq about it.
Yeah. Yes. And once you get pissed at the person who's producing you getting made fun of, it's bad. It's a bad blow.
It's trouble.
Yeah. Mark Sanchez, the butt fumble. Absolute classic. Big Ben. I feel like Big Ben's going to be a character in our lives for a while now. I feel like he's not going away.
Oh,
once he retires, I feel like he's still going to be kicking.
I can't believe I left him off my list.
I know.
Is that
he has so many good quotes too.
He does have so many.
Remember when he was addicted
and everything
to porn?
he does.
He was addicted to porn. What a goat.
And then he released like a documentary series about himself, like recovering from the injury.
Did he really?
And yeah.
I didn't see that.
It's called Bigger Than Ben.
That's not real. You're lying to me. The Bigger Than Ben is a real thing.
Okay. Yes. Bigger Than Ben. Part 1. I think it's 4
Part
parts.
1, Big Circumstances.
And just the whole time the doctors are like, man, like Ben.
Oh, you got it. All right.
Trooper.
Dude,
never
you gotta
seen.
listen to these titles. There's 4 episodes. Did you see all the titles? Bigger Circumstances.
Bigger Motivation.
Bigger Motivation. 2. Bigger Support. And then finally, Bigger Return. I did not know this existed. That's awful.
Yep.
That is terrible. I'm glad he's on the list now. He's done. He's
so many things to make fun of him for.
And especially when he plays on the field and he's garbage. Like he's cheeks. This has got to be his last year. There's no way. If the Steelers bring him back again, I'd give up as a Steelers fan.
But they love him.
They do love him. They think the best part is that they still think he's good.
I know, they do. They think he's like a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, wait till his arm's healthy. He's back.
It's like his arm hasn't been healthy in 8 years.
He hasn't been healthy in 8 years. Every single time, it's always something with Big Ben.
And every game, he's trotting back to the locker room.
With a boot on. He has a boot on the sidelines every time. The Pardon My Take meme where they show the boot as the bat symbol, it's so true. It happens every time. All right, and last, talk about value pick. Certainly not least, our guy, Mr. Mitchell Turriski. Yep. Mitchell.
The only reason I wouldn't put him on there is because I will defend him to the end of time.
Oh,
he is my guy.
I'm there for Mitch. The fact that he's on the Bills kind of pisses me off. I want him starting again. He needs to be back on the Bears.
I do too. He'll be back. He'll be like Jameis.
He needs to be. Also, the Bears can't have a good quarterback. Don't they know that? Don't they know they're not allowed to have a good quarterback?
I'm like in on Fields.
I watch Fields.
I don't know what it is, but
I was like, this is why we should have traded up for him.
Yep.
This is exactly why we should have traded up for him. I was watching him. I was ecstatic watching him.
He's a guy too for us where we can say from the beginning we were in on him.
Oh yeah, the receipts are there.
The whole time, taking it number 2.
Yes, the receipts are there. I have met a Jaguars fan, and he is actually he's like us. He was like, I actually didn't want Trevor Lawrence. He was like, I wanted Justin Fields that badly. I was like,
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't go that far. I would definitely take Trevor over him.
Yeah.
But I would 100% take Trevor over him. But
Okay.
it's like interesting to see how much like people love Justin, and he's gonna be good quick.
Mhm.
It's either
But he
that
is
or he's
on the
gonna
Bears,
completely explode.
so
Yeah.
he could. Yeah, he might just combust.
Uh, yeah. I'm glad we have I'm glad we're on the right side of history though
Yeah.
with Justin Fields, because the fact that he fell to even what 11 still it doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
Not 11. I think it was like 13,
12.
12.
Oh, 13.
It doesn't make we knew from the start he was
Mhm.
better than Zach Wilson. Had to be.
Zach Wilson's trash.
I also like how we're banking that he's going to be good off of
I know.
But
I was thinking that, and I was like, no, he is.
no. He's going to be a Hall of Famer now that we saw him in a preseason game. I don't know. Hopefully one day he'll make his way to New England. That'd be cool. Actually, Mac's going to be there for 20 years. So
Yeah, honestly, you have Mac.
Mac's going to be there for 20 years. I'm not that depressed. Actually, it's funny. I love Mac. He's like, if I were to re-rank my quarterbacks, it'd be Trevor, Justin, Mac. Mac's on 3. I'm all in. Also, the fact that he
I
looks
knew
like
it
Joseph
happened.
McDonald looks every time. I can't wait till the middle of the season and Mac isn't starting, and you're gonna go. Remember, he's not that good. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be really mad at you. All right. I think that's it. That's all we have.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad we're back. That was a good top 5. Good one to be back on.
Yep.
And see everybody Friday. Now that it's all right, we're gonna have to talk. We might have to change it up a little bit. We might have to go Thursdays, because unless
Yeah.
do you have? We can talk about it later. I was gonna say, do you have a morning class on Fridays? Because I would love to do
Yeah.
Friday mornings, but okay. Because I don't have any
Absolutely.
classes Fridays. That's the issue.
That's nice.
Yeah, I know. It's a good issue, but I still want to keep doing Fridays. So let's try to make it work. All right.